Shiesty is a smart little. He ain't no dumb. So he came with a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. So plan A automatically went out the window. So now it's plan B. Lock the doors, pull them yappers out. You know what I'm saying? And let's get gangster about it. Cause I figured you was gonna turn into goo-wop on me.
Prison Stories 101. Man, we got him back in the building, man. It's been a long time. Once again.
What's hell, man? Batter up, you hear me?
Batter up, man. First and foremost, people might haven't seen a video for you a while on the channel. They might say, hey, where's Ice Gizzle been, man? We miss Ice Gizzle. Can you tell them how you been? How's things been going in life?
I've been cooling, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with life, you hear me? Ducking and creeping a little bit, you know. I got a little situation going on I'm trying to take care of and shit so I can return back to the set without no problems, no legal problems anyway. You understand me? So that's pretty much what I'm on. But you know, anywhere I go, people gonna know who I am. So it ain't no different. They don't treat me the same. I mean, no different in the street and shit, but
yeah. Trust me, I get it. Well, you know, I don't want to beat around the bush, man. You know, we got other things to talk about, but the first item on the list is I would love to break down this Pooh Shiesty thing with you, man. This situation with Gucci, man, this kidnapping. And I want to kind of keep it in a conversation of what's the word they use? Recidivism. As far as black men who are incarcerated, they say 3 out of 5 or however, whatever the statistic is, that men normally will go back to jail within 3 to 5 years of being free. In Pooh Shiesty's case, it was only a few months. Let's start like this. First and foremost, for an education, Pooh Shiesty had a sentence, I believe it was 5 years. I think he served 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. You know, it's always a benefit when someone gets parole to say, hey, you could serve the rest of your sentence at home. But if you don't mind, explain to the people how parole works. How does monitored supervision work?
Well, basically, there's levels to that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know, different types of supervision. Some of them go home with a monitor on their leg and they can only go so far and they have to stay at home. Then you got some that you pretty much free other than you got to go piss in the cup, keep jumping hoops and get a job and come back and forth and worry about your PO jumping out your trash can and shit, trying to see what you're doing and shit. You know, I mean, and then you got those, some of them, they cool. You know what I'm saying? They, after a month or 2, I don't want to see you no more. You know what I'm saying? Next time I see you and shit, you need to be taking me to lunch. You know, so shit. That's pretty much how I go with all that.
How does it work as far as if one, you know, are you forced to stay at the house? Are you able to go on work duty? Do you have to be around your city? Can you leave the city? Can you go to other states?
You have to get permission. You have to get permission. Like if you on state parole, you know what I'm saying? Because in the feds, there's no such thing as parole.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you on probation.
Yeah, probation.
Federal probation. You know what I'm saying? So if you coming out the state, you know, if you don't have a monitor on your leg, they're gonna require you to jump a few hoops, take a few classes. You're gonna go to the halfway house, or you don't. You know what I'm saying? If you got somewhere to go, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks, and it depends on how much time you got left. You know what I'm saying? Or if you are what they call a high level, you know what I'm saying, individual.
I see.
Didn't want to let you out in the first place, but they're going to watch you. They're going to monitor the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to throw that thing on your leg. You know, you can't go this much out of your house. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got to go look for a job or whatever and shit, hey, you got to call it in. I'm going here. You got this amount of time to get to your destination. And when we think it's over with, you got this much amount of time to get back home.
What is it? How does it work when you know, because Pooh Shiesty himself was like he was living in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming he claimed residency in Dallas and they allow him, you know, from being a Memphis resident, you could live in Dallas if that's your residence. Or how does it work? Can you pick and choose what you consider home?
Yeah, but you have to have somebody responsible for you. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't parole out to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to a halfway house and all that type of shit. Somebody got to be responsible for you.
Okay.
So I don't know who signed the paperwork or say if he do anything, I'm liable. You know what I'm saying? It might have been his pops, anybody, you know. But, and then again, money talks.
Right. You
money talks.
You got a little money in your bank account.
You got a little money.
Give you a little leeway.
You want to stay in the Triple D? Come on, bring that ass out here. Yeah.
All right, well, let's go and jump right into it, man. Basically, from what we have and what we know of the facts is that on January 10th, Pooh Shiesty called Gucci out to come do a meeting in Dallas at a studio by the name of Luminous Sounds in Addison, a little suburb in Dallas. If you could go to Pooh Shiesty's page, you see that he's been recording in the studio. He has a song with Glorilla in that studio that he did an in-studio video with a few weeks prior. So he's been in this studio before.
Oh, yeah. He's been out here.
Yeah. And,
he's been doing his thing.
Gucci Mane does arrive with off-duty security. And, of course, a robbery takes place. There's words that, you know, allegedly a contract was to be signed or release him. And, you know, instead, or if it got signed, jewelry was also taken. Police was called. So
allegedly.
First and foremost, I just want to get your take on just hearing that this came about. Did you believe it was real, or you thought like, nah, ain't no way he crashed out like that?
Well, with all this AI bullshit going on, these videos, niggas dropping and shit, like I thought it was a joke at first. And then I found out, you know, through a couple of homies of mine and shit, because, you know, I too have recorded at that same studio. And it was just like, yeah, man, that shit popped out. That shit was crazy. And I was like, oh, man, this nigga crashed out. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep in mind this. When you stand on something, sometimes you stand so hard on something that nothing can break your fall.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And Pooh Shiesty is one of them individuals. He believed wholeheartedly in what he believe in, and you ain't gonna tell him no different. He gonna die for what he believe in. If he feel disrespected, he gonna let you know. Big or small, nigga ain't going for that.
Yeah.
You know, it was already rumors and shit that Big Scar passing and shit, Gucci had something to do with that. And by him not paying for the funeral and all that, it's a lot of shit that just is a whole big old pot of gumbo.
Can you, because, you know, you did your time. And of course, Pooh Shiesty was in the Fed. So how does it work? And again, you're an artist as well. How does it work for the mental when you hear about stuff that's happening on the outside, like your cousin passing and funerals ain't getting paid for, the chains weren't given to the family, were taken back, and all you could do is sit in prison and listen to your family complain to you, the people that you're trying to take care of? How does that work when?
It hurts, first of all, and it make you want to murk something. You know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to be in a position of power, you know what I'm saying, to do certain things, to get certain things done. You carrying the family and the labor on your back at the same time, you're supposed to be able to keep all that straight. But when you in a situation like this, who got me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can make a few phone calls. I can get a few niggas touched. You know what I'm saying? Or I can get a few in there moved, this and that. It's no telling, you know what I'm saying? It all depends on how the story is related to that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now you forced to do the one thing that most niggas don't do, is play chess. So you got to set all the pieces up on both sides and figure out how you going to get this shit leveled out. You know what I'm saying? It'll drive you insane.
Man, yeah, not to the point where I'm sure Pooh Shiesty came out with a mentality of like either one, I'm gonna ask off this label. He said, I'm gonna get off this. Yeah, he want his lick back. Yeah. And however that looks, he gonna make it happen. I'm glad I'm having this conversation with you because, of course, not only did you did time, but you're also in the music business, and you know you've been in managerial and CEO roles as well. If you're Gucci Mane, and allegedly he made over $20 million in the 3 years that, Pooh Shiesty was in there off of Pooh Shiesty music or 1017, let's say. If Pooh Shiesty, your number one artist, who of course gets locked down for the reason he got locked down for, if he wants off the label and you're Gucci Man, how would you have handled that?
I'm sorry, man. You ain't going nowhere, man. I'm eating off you too tough. You hear me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Shiesty had already got word that Gucci had robbed him for like 25 M's already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From his album, from a past album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that build up alone and shit could have set some explosive shit off in the motherfucker head. Because I know if that was me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd have been an artist and a CEO. So it's hard to keep that business and then street shit separate. But sometimes it's the same shit. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
But where Gucci Man fucked up is you never came, when you came back to the streets, you never denounced your set. You never denounced that you were no longer a street nigga. I'm a businessman now. I'm a married man.
Yeah.
Play with me, I'm calling the laws. Play with me, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he never put that out there.
He never put that out there. So that means you are still in the role of an organized crime gangster.
Yeah.
You still organized.
Just in the situation with Versus, him and Jeezy, he said, hey, we smoking on Puka Loke tonight. He said, keep sending them my way. I'm gonna send them right back to you in a box. And no, he's talking gangster.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it sounds like he's still in these streets where he understands the street codes and the street rules. It seemed like he played by something different. So let me ask you this. So should Gucci have even accepted that meeting in Dallas to go meet in Dallas?
He knew better than that, man. His heart told him, you know what I'm saying? He knew better than that. Because it wasn't even that long ago. They've been all over the internet going off on each other.
Yeah, I think you mentioned they were just going off a few hours, if not days before.
Yeah. Pooh Shiesty spoke his mind about some things. They told him, nigga, ain't nobody scared of you. And then Gucci came back with the same shit. He laying in the bed. You know what I'm saying? I smoke you, nigga. I smoke you, nigga. You know me. You know what I do. Don't play with me. That's not business etiquette.
Yeah.
So now you confused in your head whether you want to be a street nigga or a businessman. But we all know you as a street nigga.
Yes.
Half of the population, the hip hop population, was raised off of you.
Yeah. Do you see any fault? Because again, not only that, you've been in the streets too.
Yeah.
Do you see, and mind you, you're also security. So again, this conversation can really, you got some pointers on this. Do you see anything wrong with Gucci hiring the police to bodyguard him, secure him, off-duty cop to be his security guard for said meeting?
No. But if you know that this is not a business meeting, then you're wrong. You know you're wrong. Because you don't put police in street shit. If you knew it could have went that way, if you thought in your head that this might turn bad or whatever, this like that, you might as well have called up a couple of homies and shit and say, hey, I need y'all to catch my back. I'm going to the D. You know what I'm saying? Kick it with Pooh, see what's on this nigga mind. Yeah. If it don't turn out right, fuck it. We'll turn out the light on these niggas. That's how that's supposed to have went.
Yeah, for Pooh to have 9 people on his end, because 9 people got indicted, and I think Gucci pulled up with maybe 3 people, cameraman, off-duty security officer, I think maybe one other guy or something like that. Going into a meeting like that, and like you said, this might go away, but I'm assuming he thought it was going to be all business because they, again, you recorded the studio. This is a business. This is where Kirk Franklin records and stuff. Mm-hmm. This is a business studio. Cameras everywhere, as you can see. Cameras everywhere. Yeah, it's protected. So this is a good spot to meet. When you know how people say, let's meet in the public spot. This is a
public
great
setting.
Yeah, this is a great spot to meet because you should feel protected. So on the flip side of that, Pooh Shiesty, knowing that this is you didn't record at the studio before. We know the studio because I heard the story of they went to the main room. He asked Gucci to go into a smaller room. You know, Luminous Sounds have different
Yeah, they got little
pockets.
lounges.
Yeah, little lounges and little smaller rooms.
And smoke at, yeah.
Right, and these are soundproof rooms, so we can go over here and you won't even hear us on the other end. So for Pooh to go in there and just maybe, they say he asked first. You know, all this is alleged, but they say he asked to get off the contract first. And once Gucci refused, that's when he told someone to go get, you know, whatever they had to grab, and we're going to force our way out this contract. Do you feel Pooh Shiesty's back was against the wall? And if so, why?
At that moment, yeah, his back was against the wall because he came there with the intent of speaking with Guwap. That's who he came with. That's who he came to speak to. And he was hoping that, you know what I'm saying, man, you done already took 25 M's.
Yeah, like man to man.
Man
like
to man.
Street nigga to street nigga. Let's do this the right way.
Just let me go. You done got enough up out of me and shit. You don't need no more. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let bygones be bygones and shit, and I'm up out this piece. You know what I'm saying? I got other things on my brain that I'm set up, and that's that. But if he doesn't agree, then I have to. Pooh Shiesty is a smart little nigga. He ain't no dumb nigga. So he came with a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Yeah. Look like he only
So
got the
plan A automatically went out the window.
Yeah.
So now it's plan B. Lock the doors, pull them yappers out. You know what I'm saying? And let's get gangster about it. Cause I figured you was gonna turn into Guwap on me.
Right. It figures it's gonna go a way that we gotta make this a thing. So back to the other side with Gucci, for him to pull up with, the word is that he was robbed for $200K in diamond earrings.
Yeah.
$250K.
Wedding band.
Yeah, wedding band, $50K.
Yeah.
Necklace, $250K. To come in with that much ice on, $500,000 in jewelry. Is that even smart to go to a business meeting to flex on somebody like, you know, I'm wearing your salary. I'm wearing your money. Cause I'm assuming Pooh Shiesty might have came out with maybe $500,000 to his name. Mm-hmm. I doubt he came out to $1 million. I doubt it. You know, he probably got some money afterwards doing some quick little hits, but I would say he came out to maybe $500,000, you know, comfortable, but not $25 million, you know what I'm saying?
Not what belonged to him.
Right, not what belonged to him. So for him to pull up Gucci, to have that kind of jewelry even taken off of him.
Yeah, you spitting in my face. You playing in my face automatically. You know what I'm saying? But this what happens when you don't level the playing field and turn around and let it be known who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They came to get at Guwap. And that's who he brought him to. But then when he left, he turned into LaFleur.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been robbed.
Yeah, Roderick.
Roderick been robbed.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So shit. At the same time, you down bad. You down bad. We don't do that. We don't do that.
How does it work? Because an off-duty cop, technically, he has a duty to report this. You know, let's say if he still is active, a police officer, he can't just say, "Oh, I'm in some street shit. I got robbed," and just go home and tell his wife about it and be like, "I ain't gonna talk to the cops." His technical job, his sworn duty, is to tell the police.
When it get gangster, when you walk into a room and you a street nigga and it's smoke in the room, you can feel it. You know something about to go down. You know something ain't right, even if you can't put your finger on it. Something, your intuition is gonna tell you, this ain't gonna turn out right. You know what I'm saying? And you know who you dealing with. Although I bring this off-duty police officer, if I'm gonna turn into Guwap in this bitch, I'm gonna be like this, respectfully, man. Go outside, man. Go find your blunt or something. Go find your bitch or something. Go outside. Go sit in the car. Let me talk to this young nigga.
That's facts. The cop himself makes a statement, of course, you know, boom. Gucci man. This is all alleged, but they say that he did at least speak to the police within 24 hours of this incident happening. Don't know what he said, but he did speak to him. We just talked about there wasn't a time frame in which Gucci denounced the streets. If he, in his mind, looking at himself as a civilian, but he never made on record, no music, no rap shit, that he's like, I'm done with the streets. Does he even supposed to speak to the police, give any type of statement, even if they ask, like, hey, can we talk to you downtown real quick?
He's not supposed to do that. He don't know nothing. He's supposed to laugh at it. It was allegedly, I just heard a bar. I don't know if it's AI or if it really came from Gucci, but they said he immediately dropped a diss track the next morning. I heard the 2 bars. I didn't hear no more than that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's AI or it's really Gucci Mane.
Right, I haven't got through the whole song.
Either way, what was said should have not been said. If anything, a real street nigga, I'm be like, I get you. I'm gonna get my leg back. You did that. You got out. You get out. Do you want to file charges and all that? No, I'm good. I'm good. What I was taking, what I was missing. Wasn't nothing missing. You sure? Camera say you walked in with all this jewelry on. Nah, not me, sir. Not me, sir. And I immediately would have made a track saying, free my nigga Pooh Shiesty. Because I'm not gonna leave no breadcrumbs to show that I'm finna go get my lick back. For all that, I might well go phone the judge, man. You might well have my cell ready, you heard me?
Okay.
Because that's what you just did.
So do you consider that snitching? We're gonna go hypothetical that the song is real and Gucci really made a diss track, called him a crash dummy. Let's just say.
That's snitching.
It is.
That's snitching. Because you just told them, you just gave them information saying that he pulled a crash dummy move on you. And then said, you took this from me, but yet you still signed to me.
Yeah, that's pretty specific.
That one bar right there is snitching.
Yeah, that's pretty specific.
You just told it. That's specifics.
Yeah, like people were arguing that, well, Young Dolph made the song 100 Shots during his feud with Black Youngster and of course CMG, whatever. And if you look at it, he just said, how the hell you missed the whole 100 shots?
It's snitching.
Yeah, the case is open.
You telling the whole world and shit, this nigga hit you with 100 pieces and shit and he missed. How the hell you missed with a whole 100 shots? Puss ass nigga.
Yeah. But I will say you're right. Gucci got way specific.
Same thing happened to me when I was in prison. When I first wrote Cut Boy, The Streets Made Me, Volume 1. When I let that book out the bag and shit and got it all done up and all that shit, my lawyer immediately came back and said, well, you got a hit on your hands, I can tell you that. But I can also tell you that just by reading half of this book, you done solved about 4 murders. You sure you want to put this information out here like that? And I'm like, what's this you talking about, man? And he said, I'm just going to say this and I'm going to leave it alone. It's your decision. Police read books too. Police look at TV too. Police talk to people too. Police listen to music. So if I can read this and gather up to 1 + 1 is 2 on a situation and shit, what do you think I was like, man, give me back my manuscript. I had to go back to the drawing board. I'm finna get myself killed and tripping because I'm speaking my truth, but I'm not realizing that I'm letting out other people's truth at the same time. Because to tell a story, you got to tell about what's going on around you.
That is facts. That is facts. So I want to speak on the timeline then. I'm gonna start with the Gucci song. They say this thing happened in January 10th. And let's say again, hypothetically, Gucci made a diss track. Allegedly, that came out after the arrest. That means he sat on this for damn near 3 months before he decided to record it. Or he recorded it and sat on the song and then put it out after this track. What's your thought process on the time frame?
He recorded it immediately because that's how I am. Like whatever I go through today and shit, when we leave this bitch,
Yeah, as an artist,
I'm finna go. I hear a track and shit, I'm finna go write it. How I feel. Fuck you, fuck your mama. Or I can also backtrack my statement, retract and say, save the world and Pooh Shiesty my dog and all this. However I'm feeling, I'm finna go do that. Because it's on my brain, it's fresh. Yeah. I'm not finna sit on that. I'm finna go ASAP. So he sat on that track, allegedly, if he wrote the song.
Facts. Then it makes me want to say, again, if you could explain how the feds work, if you have an understanding how they work. This thing happened on January 10th. They don't make an arrest till last week. We're in April. The report said that people were talking to the police the next day. Why don't you think the state just got involved and said, let's make an arrest? Why do you think it was a Fed case to where, he was already, of course, on parole feds, but why did they waited so long to build what? To see if there was more of what?
Process. They build and they also try to grab more people and see if they can tie some more people into the situation. When the feds come for you, they got you. Yeah. Hands down. They done their homework. They're not just finna go off nobody's word and all this shit. They finna go hunting. And when they get that exact information and shit, here they come. Or they'll sit back and say, well, let's see what else gonna happen. Just chill for a second. We ain't finna make no arrest.
Yeah, we got them. Let's just see if there's more to it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For now, go get me Roderick. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he got to say. Okay, so what else do we know? Is Roderick still dealing drugs or this and that? Because to them, it's simple. They don't really give a damn about us killing each other. Yeah. But they trying to make the ultimate
They like the big arrest. Yeah, they like the big fish.
Yes, they want the big fish.
And it seems like their bosses will open up the checkbook to say, work overtime to find out what you can.
So they hunting these lyrics down and shit to see if they can get something bigger out of here than them tormenting each other. Is these worker bees or these big fries that he fooling with? I heard he doing more than this. Is he still on? You know what I'm saying? Or is he still in the game? So let's see who we can make tell on who. Who gonna lead us to something bigger? Because this is small. It really is. It's big to the streets only because allegedly Gucci Man told. It's big on their side because nobody has ever did what Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 has done.
Yeah, that's it.
Nobody, no rappers ever did.
I think Ice Cube might have went in the spot with a baseball bat at the most.
Yeah. They might have went in there fought with
yeah.
But nobody went in there, held nobody hostage. You gonna give me out of the contract, bitch, I'm killing y'all, I'm killing your whole family, none of that shit. Nobody, no artist has ever done that.
That's facts. He's showing a whole different side of what this rap industry is. So of course it does make me go back to the question or that we spoke on before we started was, are the streets dead? And what is street code? Like, where does street code apply? When does it stop? When does it end?
I'm glad you said that because some time ago you had me do an interview and I spoke about the major drug dealer that came out of Tennessee. And he came on to the unit we was on. And everybody automatically knew what it was. Some niggas had the magazines in hand like, well, come on. You know what I'm saying? He walking through the door right now. He had all that bread. The Tennessee car was supposed to smash this nigga on sight because everybody knew who he told on. He knew who he told on. We know who he told on. And for him to be bold enough to get off that motherfucking bus and come to this damn USP, he is crazy as fuck. But he was gonna get dealt with today, so we thought. He gets situated, and what he does, the whispers come to him. You know you ain't supposed to be here. You know a nigga gonna bake you a cake, right? This is niggas from his car telling him that. He like, all right, whatever. I ain't going nowhere. Fuck y'all. So what he does, he goes to a whole nother car. Man, this Carolina niggas, everybody know them niggas wild as fuck. Which one of y'all niggas starving, man? What's happening? Let me drop a bag on you niggas and shit to smash my whole car because they trying to kill me. Instead of them baking him a cake and be like, yeah, send that bread. And then as soon as they do that, go kill him anyway. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. They took that bread and actually went over there and stomped out the Tennessee car. Mm. I was bewildered. I was fucked up. I was like, what just happened? And it's like, are we gonna allow that? Like, it's all for one for all. We don't allow rats on this compound. Not because the nigga got a interesting bag and can feed some people.
Yeah.
We gonna let him make it? I started seeing it right then.
Around what year was that?
That was 2020. 2020.
That's when you start seeing where money can buy you out of that rat. Like, because again,
I
rats
started seeing niggas come in and their homeboys on their car. Niggas from their neighborhood knew these niggas was bona fide rats. And just because they had a bag or they was close to them, they would help them produce fake paperwork to get them through. Damn. When I started seeing that shit, I said, oh yeah, streets is dying. They gotta be dying out there because it's dying in here. Yeah. This is where it's most real at.
Yeah, and it starts in prison. Yeah, that's where it starts.
In prison, yeah.
Then it flows to what the streets is. Because when I hear that you a snitch or rat, of course, outside the Italian, mafia days, it's prison rules. It's like you a rat. I mean, you got to go stand in front of prison and stand on that. And it wasn't for me. It wasn't until I seen Alpo in New York from the Paid in Full story where he got out and he snitched. I mean, he's on record telling, and he just walking the streets. I said, wow, this.
But now look at today. You got so many stand-up dudes that got rat partners. You see them in the club together all the time. Indictments come out in the paper every Tuesday. This nigga name in everybody's paperwork. You in the club popping bottles with this nigga, Ace of Spades. That's my dude. If it pop off, we going out together. Where they do that at? Look at Jay-Z.
Yeah.
The biggest of them all. If that ain't a rat bastard, I don't know who is.
Yeah, he got in line in bed with, I forget her name, but the woman she's a bona fide, worked with the police, worked with the CIA.
Took down his whole organization. He the only person that survived it. And here he is years later, finna be at the Yankee Stadium. Everybody humming his lyrics.
Yeah, they gave him a couple nights.
Don't knock the hustle.
Yeah, Jay-Z did an interview, said he came out the streets unscathed.
He wasn't lying. He was the only one. But his best friend, who he can never be friends with till this day, is trapped and bewildered by what this nigga done did. So my thing is this. Why are we playing games pretending like we mad at rats when you only mad at a few people? Because if you mad at rats, then that means everyone known to man need to be expelled. Sure. Outcast. But y'all got y'all picks and chooses. That's not right. That's not street. It was never like that back in the day. It could be your own cousin back in the day. Oh, you did that? Oh, you said that? Word? That's your word? I'm going to take you out myself.
That was the case. Someone you don't like he got a snitch jacket on him. It's easy to have hatred towards that man. A person you love and idolize have a snitch jacket on him. Now you're making excuses and reasons around him. Oh, well, this or that. I'm like, come on, man.
Not right.
Across the board. You got to be across the board.
No room to point the finger and shit. To me, you're no better than the fucking rat that you run around with. Because birds of a feather flock together. So if you feel it's cool that he's whole, eventually you're going to be finding it cool to do it yourself. If you ever get in a situation.
That's facts. That's why they say do your own work. Do your own work out here because you can't trust it as far as you can look.
You can't.
Damn.
They call it the Get Down First program. Boy, you got 3-4 niggas that get pulled over and shit, and there's an ounce of weed in the car and a pistol in there. Guess what? Whoever get down first get to walk away and leave everybody on high alert. That's crazy. And then got the nerves. As soon as them fools get out, you want to throw a party. You want to go barbecue.
Yeah, welcome home. He back.
Yeah, you want to take this nigga to the mall. Come on, man.
The game has changed, man. Like you said, the streets might be dead. It's looking like it.
They in the step down program doing their time. And it's like, how do you survive in prison? Y'all need to realize that there's a separation gap. Rats are not walking on USPs. They're not walking on Supermaxes. They're not bold enough to do that. They're going to get handed their ass the moment they walk in that door. But they're going to ride around on diesel therapy till they find somewhere to put them, which ends up on the step-down program. Now you're running around here with rats, pedophiles, whatever, this and that, and whatever fucked up shit these niggas got going, everybody got to respect each other because we what? We don't want no trouble.
We don't want no trouble.
We don't want no trouble.
You did state and fed time. Is it taken more serious than one or the other? It seems like fed time, they look in paperwork more. Feds
are more distinguished when it comes to paperwork than any other jurisdiction of prison.
Yeah.
Because see, in the state, you can turn your back and be like, I got a date to go home, man. I'm going to mind my business. I don't like what you do, nigga, but stay in your lane. Oh, fuck it. We can sip pretties and shit and spread tonight. It don't matter to me. I'm just trying to get through this time. In the feds and shit, niggas, it don't go that way. Unless you in a medium, low, or one of them privileged ass, ungated, shit, whatever you call that.
Yeah, just a camp.
Camp. You know what I'm saying?
Doing whatever.
But you're not going to the USP with that. And they're going to tell you before you get off that bus to save your own life. If you one of these things, don't get your ass off this bus. Yeah. Play hard if you want to.
Hey.
And that's one of the things I respect about the Spanish community. They not playing that, bro. They're not playing that.
Yeah, they seem to be, and again, it's hell what's going on in Mexico and the cartel and stuff, but they really stand on that old school law.
When you come to the motherfucking door, you get butt ass naked and they checking you. Anything disrespectful, if anything comes in by bird, you know what I'm saying? They're going to bake you a cake immediately. They're not waiting. They're not even going to warn you.
Someone in the comments jumped in, and I think we spoke on this a long time ago, but they're like, hey, whenever Gizzle says a phrase that we don't understand, can you help us, what that means? So for those who are new to the channel, Prison Stories 101, can you tell them, when you say, hey, they're going to bake you a cake, for those who can't read between the lines and the context clues.
Well, basically, it's a setup. They're going to pretend like they don't know what you did wrong, and like you going to feel like you done got away with murder. You're going to run around with the homies, you're going to smoke good, you're going to eat good. They're going to take you up in that cell and treat you like a king. All just to slit your motherfucking throat, give you a Colombian necktie, and drag you out by your feet and throw you over that rail and tell them, get this bitch out of here.
Yeah, there you go. There go your cake. It's baked.
It's baked.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we think we too smart. We too smart for our own good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit catch up with you eventually, man. It catches up with you.
What does it say that when someone's being extra nice to you in prison? Like, they just being super sweet to you. Like, what should somebody look at that as?
I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I wouldn't trust it. It could be a nigga in my own car. He started getting too friendly with me and shit. I'm about to go pack my own shit and get ready to flight. Because I know something about to happen.
God damn.
I don't know what you heard or what you niggas on and shit, but shit, I ain't going out like that.
Yeah. We spoke on when we first started recidivism, man, as far as going back into prison. Pooh Shiesty, of course, his pops, Big 30, they all got a bond and were able to go home. That's why they fight this. Pooh Shiesty, of course, he had his points. He's already out on probation. He's already back in there. How does it work when you violate probation? They put you back in the same prison? Do you go back to the same spot?
Yeah, that's waiting for you.
Okay.
That's waiting for you.
Yeah.
That's why they say when you're on federal probation, you got 1 foot out of prison and 1 foot still in there. Until you're completely done, you ain't necessarily out, homie. You ain't.
Yeah. I'm just again, the mindset. Why would Pooh Shiesty put himself in a situation? Do you feel like some people miss prison? Like, I don't want to say miss it. They got through it to where they feel like, oh, that wasn't that bad. I could do that again. I could get through that.
You got individuals that are like that. I was like that. My first couple of times going to prison, you know what I'm saying? It was a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? But there's also individuals that's been so high up in the game to the point where they can't let nothing slide in here or out there because their name means everything. Everything that they built is riding on that. So if you let one person slide and one comment come through, oh yeah, them the goddamn. Your whole legacy is torn to pieces now. Now you got to work triple harder and shit to keep niggas off your ass.
Kidnapping and armed robbery. I mean, it sounds like Pooh Shiesty should have shot him in the leg or something. Like you're gonna get the same amount of time. I mean, like they say, like if you go into a bank and you're like, hey, with a gun and say, give me all your money, you're gonna get the same amount of time if you went ahead and popped, not killed. Of course, murder is different, but you would have got the same kind of time if you just pop him on the way out. Like, here, boom, hit him in the leg.
That's why they say if you're gonna rob something, you go in there, you write a letter, slide it to them, you know what I'm saying? And hope for the best. Be optimistic.
Right. Because that loaded weapon gonna give you the same.
Yeah. But that weapon, they're gonna light your ass up. You might well go and kill him. Or kill somebody.
Shit. Oh, man. How much time do you think, just from your knowledge, and I know pays go by point system, and he already has a history, how much time do you think he gets from this? And how good does his lawyer have to work? Because his lawyer's already working hard because they got him in the vicinity based on the ankle monitor. But they're like, there was no guns involved. He's not involved in, where's the evidence of him having a gun? All y'all have is just him in the area. He could have been taking a shit while all this happened.
It's hard to say. It depends on that lawyer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, regular motherfuckers and shit that are not celebritized, when you go through the system and shit like that and shit, that big orange book, you going by your past history. They don't give a damn what you just did. Just to know that you just did something gives them the audacity to go back and fuck with you about everything you done already did. And you're going to get 3 points for every felony. Ain't no getting around that. And you're going to get 1 point for every misdemeanor. And they're going to add that shit up. And if you already had a stack of points and stuff and you're on supervised release, that can go two ways. Because you can catch a new number and still have that old number, or they can run the CC. If they don't run the CC, then they stack your time. So until you finish what you already had, they ain't even thinking about what they give you for this future shit.
Hey, that's real. Jeez. All right. Well, the situation is unfolding as we speak. Pooh Shiesty, wish him the best. Gucci Man, wish him the best. Big 30, everybody. The case is crazy as far as, guys catching buses back to Memphis and rental car. The case is crazy, but we'll see how it goes. I want to switch gears a little bit and go back to, the word I didn't know existed until, I started doing these prison stories was the Zuzus and Wham Whams. Mm-hmm. There was a situation where an officer got honey buns. And I saw a comment said that, some niggas will fight you and almost kill you over a honey bun.
They will. Prison. They will.
Is it because of is it the honey bun or is it just the fact that you fucking with their shit? Like, are honey buns that much of a commodity in prison? Do people like sweets like that? Like, nah, you fucking with sweets, bro.
That's platinum in prison. That's platinum. Honey bun, anything sweet, really. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's more about the respect of what I have that you've violated, you've taken from me. Yeah. It could have been an open honey bun and just half of it left, and you took it and ate it. That was mine. So you must think I'm a hoe or something. And if I don't do nothing to you, everybody around here gonna know about it and stuff, because everybody know your business, then I'm a target. Now I got niggas come up here and taking shit all out of my locker. You ain't do that loud nothing, nigga. What's up?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Damn. Okay, well, yeah, no, definitely feel bad for the officer, I guess.
Ain't nothing to feel bad about. You ain't got no minutes touching the nigga shit.
I mean, he was hungry, bro.
I wouldn't give a fuck, nigga. You got a job, nigga. Y'all got snack machines?
So
y'all got break rooms?
If there are crooked guards out there, in what ways are they crooked? Like, what do they do that an inmate would say that's a crooked ass guard?
Tearing up your cell for no reason, tearing up your personal things and stuff, grabbing you out of a line and stuff for no reason every time they see you, lying on you, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was OG Percy that was in here who said he had a book of raps. The guard confiscated it and said this based on what he was writing was terroristic threats. That he was writing a manifesto, I guess you could say, of terror. He's like, he just rapping, you know what I'm saying? So, but they try to treat it like that.
Yeah.
And he had to swing on one of the
but this is freedom of speech. I should be able to write whatever the hell I want to write. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bothering you. You're bothered by me.
Can you rap about an escape plan and write it down?
I mean, I can, but if they hear about it, they coming for me.
Yeah, you actually wrote down lyrics of how you gonna get out this hole. It's like, I can't see you just saying that's just raps.
Hey, I used to get myself tossed all the time by the same two guards, to the point where I gotta have somebody on lookout every time they come on shift and stuff. I gotta go relocate my stuff until they leave.
Is there or was there a guard that you would love to have just ran into in the free world? I'd just love to see you in the free world for just give me 30 seconds with you.
There's been plenty of them. You're going to run into them everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go.
Like, no one in the free world, they wouldn't be doing none of this shit.
Nah, they not. They bring their problems to work. They wear their heart on their sleeve and shit, and they ain't nobody in their household. So you play big dog when you up in here. Yeah. When at home and shit, your wife and shit telling you what to do. Get your ass in there and wash some dishes.
That is fucked up. He can't even run his own household.
Yeah.
He clocking to work and he just pissed and ready to tell some niggas how to move.
So you can't wait to get to work. Oh, work. Come on, man, chill out. You heard what I said? Get over here now. They know you're gonna go. You're an inmate.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like a game of Simon Says. You want to see if a nigga do it. Like, let me just say a nigga do it just to see if he'll do it.
Yeah, get out of it. Get naked. Now you want to search me for nothing. I ain't give you probable cause. You want to run up in my cell, toss my mattress, cut open my stuff. You might plant something on me, then again, you might not. But nobody got time for that. So dudes like that get targeted automatically.
Yeah.
Get your ass set up. And we'll get you set up from the outside.
Yeah.
Because see, technically, when they leave, they supposed to disrobe, take off their uniform. They can't wear it out in the streets.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense though.
But you have somebody waiting on you, following your ass home, anywhere close outside of that jurisdiction and shit where you can be touched without nobody knowing.
Hey,
give you a note. Give you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pass them on to you, let you know.
Inmate such and such. We're not gonna have no more problems, right? You ain't gotta worry about every time you come on shift, you tearing up your shit, huh? Well, we're gonna give you an incentive anyway and beat the fuck out you.
There you go. Is there something in prison that they took away that you feel should go back to prison, that should be back in prison?
What do you mean? Like
I heard they took away free weights, what they even do canned soups, now they come in packs or whatever. Just something that they took away from inmates that you feel like that was...
You're talking about in the state or the feds?
Give me both. I mean, either one. I don't know what they took away out of, it's different spots take away different things.
Yeah, different spots. But see, it's like this. We are the reason they take things. They give us things and you know me, I'm gonna tell it how it is. The inmates are the reason why things get taken. And they know sooner or later you're gonna fuck up. That's why it's like, oh, we need more money for this. Spend taxes on this. We're gonna do this for these inmates. And then as soon as you get it, they just wait for you. It's just a moment of time before they fuck it up and we can take it back. Just like they used to have vending machines in the feds. If you look at the end of your ID card, you have the little slot, where you shove your damn ID up in there and she can get anything you want out the vending machine. That's how it was back in the day. But then niggas started chopping away, taking pieces of steel off of the damn vending machine and killing somebody with it. Now they're like, now we're gonna take the machine.
Yeah, so you feel the machine, those should come back.
Yeah.
Niggas missed us.
Yeah, because everybody don't get to go to fucking visitation every weekend. To eat no free world food and hamburgers and all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, no. I thought you were gonna say something like conjugal visits, man.
We never had them.
You said never got to.
Yeah, this not New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, up north it's different. They have all that type of stuff. I have never seen that.
Yeah, a room with a bed in it?
In the feds or the state. I've never seen that. Now, you hit a lick on your own, this shit good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In there, you got to make your own.
Damn.
Hopefully it's with a female, not no nigga.
Goddamn. Hopefully, man. This is... Someone said, again, this is an interview that Texas penal system breeds homosexuality. You've been to other places besides Texas, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel it was more prominent in Texas prison system that like Texas breeds homosexuality?
Yeah, they do.
That's fucking crazy.
They do. I've seen more dudes get taken off a unit to go get enhanced, their body enhanced, and come back looking just like a straight woman. Did not do out here walking around seeing these dangs out here.
Oh.
You know, they pay for that shit.
I didn't know that until someone told me. I had to Google it, and they actually pay for that.
Yeah.
They use tax dollars.
Tax money. They pay for that.
To pay for that.
You want to be abroad, they're gonna make you one.
Man, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild.
They'd rather see the black man ejaculate in a toilet or inside another man than to go outside and keep breathing.
No, that's facts. If you have a child in prison, a daughter, a son, can they send you stuff? Like, hey, Dad, I want to send you my drawing, but let's say they want to put something in it. Like, hey, here's my medal that I got from first place track. Shit.
Nah, that's gonna get stopped in the mailroom. They're gonna send it. They're gonna tell you got to send it back.
Damn.
You can have the letter, but you can't have that.
Prison is real. Prison is real. All right. Lastly, I want to speak on this. There was a situation in which an inmate out of Michigan got awarded $307 million. I don't know if you heard this story, but he was in I think it was called Coach Ice Jackson, which is a prison system out of Michigan. But he was denied a surgery that he was supposed to get. Something. It wasn't even an expensive surgery. The surgery would have cost the prison $900. But they kept pushing it off. He kept putting, I guess you have to put in like a medical report.
Yeah, you got to put in a I-6 there. From I-60, you got to go to medical. You got to go through all this red tape, man, and it's ridiculous. Some people really need that service, but some people use it for the wrong thing. They'll do stuff to themselves so they can go take that bus ride and go see females and shit in the hospitals and shit like that. You know, do whatever the reason is.
Yeah, he was dude was 44. He was only in prison for 2 years, but he that's what it was. He had a colostomy bag, and basically he had the colostomy bag on him, but they're supposed to do the reversal to take it off of him. And again, it was a $900 surgery. They didn't do it. They refused it, and he ended up getting all kind of infections. He was always he was in constant pain, and he was only there for 2 years, so he had to go through that. So he filed. His family reached out to a lawyer. His lawyer got involved in, again, a $900 surgery. He got awarded $300 million. What are your thoughts on that?
Shit. I mean, it is what it is. You have a lot of that.
I'm gonna say a lot of this happens, right?
The problem is everybody ain't got nobody that's gonna look out for them and help them get a lawyer to fight the system.
So the prison they have laws themselves. They have to go by their own system. Yeah. And if they go out of that system,
then you got to put in a grievance.
Yeah, a grievance. And that's where it starts.
A grievance is like a 3-step process. And then you go above their head if it doesn't get resolved. And it's just, half the time, it's just some bullshit, man, because the same people that you writing up for whatever reason and stuff, they're sitting in the office with the lieutenant and all them, or the nurses and stuff, and say, yeah, they wrote you up for this, that, and the third. Ooh. That's putting your life in danger half of the time and stuff, because now they got a vendetta against you and stuff because you wrote them up. And they're going to stick together. You know what I'm saying? Well, do we do this for them? Well, no. Or sometimes they'll actually come, if it's small enough, they'll be like, so what are you seeking? What do you want? What can we do to make this right?
Yeah.
But you rarely see that. You rarely see that. Most of the time it's fuck you.
Would you like to see more prisoners get lawyers involved? How many lawsuits you feel like was happening while you was in there? Like you just saw like, man, that's a lawsuit. God damn.
Dudes staying in that library. It's dudes that stay in that library. You hear me?
Yeah.
Fighting for themselves and fighting for other people because they don't know how. A lot of people can't read, or should I say like myself, can't read, that type of lingo and understand it.
Yeah. I mean, something as simple as...
That's what it all comes down to. You can go in that law library all day long and read all these books. But if you have no understanding of the codes that you're reading and what they mean and what they can do, then guess what? Ain't nothing gonna happen. You're gonna lose.
Do deaths get investigated? pretty much. Like if there's a death, it gets investigated all the way through.
So they claim.
Yeah.
I've seen some where they actually investigate, and then I've seen some where it's open and shut case. You know, they'll pass a clipboard around. I need y'all to tell me this, that, and the third. Well, we know ain't nobody gonna say nothing. So it's open and shut up. Put you back there with one of them crosses back there, but ain't got nobody's name on it, and you just a casualty. Unless your people start bitching about an autopsy or bitching about, we need y'all to do something. Y'all got to look into it. My brother wouldn't have took his life, or he wouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But by everybody not having nobody on their team, then a lot of people fall by the wayside and get forgotten.
I'm telling you, the fact that they bury you on the prison grounds.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy that we can't even have our loved one back because maybe no one called for them.
Fields, man, they got miles and miles. This has been going on for decades. Miles and miles and miles of dead people back there. And when you walk back there, you can't even go for, if you had a loved one, a partner, a homie and shit there, you can't even run back there and figure out where he at. Because every plot looked the same.
Man, reality check. So again, you know, Gizzle, as we do these stories, man, you know, we do them not to glorify. We're not trying to make light of what prison and those they got to go through, but we do this to educate. And thank you for providing us education. But as we do, I want you to be able to talk to the people, man. The young Pooh Shiesty out there, the young rapper that wants out his contract and ready to crash out to go get it done. Let him know what he's looking at. If he tries to get out that contract, he has to go sit down somewhere.
You're not only going to have to sit down somewhere, like everybody's not scared of you YNs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not scared of you. But at the end of the day, try to find a legal ramification to go through instead of just using your own mind saying, well, I'm going to get my lick back. Because half the time it ain't going to work. You heard what Gucci said? You did all that and you still assigned to me. Because you can kill me right now, you still assigned to my label. That's a separate entity. So guess what? My kids gonna keep eating off of it. My wife gonna keep eating off you and all that. You did all that to get out of a contract you still won't get out of until that time frame comes, until you produce what I asked you for, what our original negotiation was. Okay. So that's dumb at the end of the day. Find a different way, man, to talk a motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, how about I do this for you, this and that, and you let me on my contract? You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. What can we do to get me out of my contract? Yeah. You ain't always got to get gangster. Come on. Because it don't always work.
Come on. Yeah, and again, all that good rapping in prison can't get you nowhere.
Man, don't get you nowhere.
Yeah, this ain't hustling. I mean, not hustling for. This ain't a empire. No. You ain't gonna drop no albums in prison.
Before you niggas that's hitting the streets coming from prison, you either gonna do one or two things, man. You're gonna become a civilian and move on with your life, or you're gonna become a hardcore gang members, whatever you was and stuff, harder than you was and stuff. Let somebody know and walk by that. Walk it how you talk it. You can't sit up there straddle the fence. You can't do that.
Come on. All right, words live by, man. With that being said, Giz, if you don't mind, tell them again how to follow. If you got the new handles, where you at? How can they follow you if you're doing anything on social media?
Nah, I ain't got no new handles, but you can catch me on TikTok, Ice Gizzle 5200. You know, you can catch me on YouTube, you know, Ice Gizzle. And that's pretty much it right now, you know, until I get all my legal situations out the way.
Definitely. Well, with that being said, man, it's always a pleasure, man, to have you in. Once again, welcome back to Prison Stories 101. This is education, so I appreciate you, man. Ice Gizzle, man, signing out. Let's go.